Peace and blessings to all of God's children. I pray this finds you and yours well. I have a scripture I want to share with you today. It's Romans chapter 8, verses 5 through 12. And these verses is dealing with the inner journey, our lower self, our lower carnal, uncontrollable self from time to time, and our higher divine heart, the ability to communicate, to share resonance, the third eye, the crown. All right? Now, the lower self has to be disciplined in order to elevate into your higher heights. These particular scriptures I'm going to read in Romans 8, 5 through 12 is going to speak on this. All right, Romans chapter 8, verses 5 through 12. Verse 5. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. Listen, we have a strong tendency to try to understand that which is not seen as the seen. And we misidentify the actual substance of the matter. Mathematics, and I'm just citing this, there's other ways to remember science, but mathematics is a science that's used to bring the unknown into the known. All right, bear that in mind. Okay, now we're going to read Romans 8, verse 6. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. That's what we want. Verse 7. Because the carnal mind is in enmity against God, for it is not subject to the law of God. Its essence is disobedience. I'm going to do what I do. Personal pronouns. Me, mine, and thine. Okay. Neither indeed can be. In other words, it's in direct conflict to the statutes and the presence of God. Okay. Verse 8. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please God. I know what you say. Oh, that's you doing your thing. We are reading these scriptures as a way and means of understanding the uncontrollable forces in our lower self. It don't make you a bad person. It's to become aware of it. Okay. Verse 9. But you are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit. If so be that the Spirit of God dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the Spirit of Christ, he is none of his. All right. Verse 10. And if Christ be in you, the body is dead because of sin. But the Spirit is life because of righteousness. All right. Verse 11. But if the Spirit of him that raised up Jesus from the dead dwell in you, he that raises up Christ from the dead shall also quicken your mortal bodies by his Spirit that dwelleth in you. Therefore, brethren, verse 12, we are debtors not to the flesh, to live with the flesh. Okay, the flesh has to be disciplined. It has to be put in order of your inner being and control of yourself. You have to have control. You're just popping off now. As Paul said in Corinthians chapter 13, when I was a child, I thought I was a child. See, you got to get that. Now you got to think like men and women. You got to put your grown folks' panties on and learn to manage yourself. I pray something come out of here. Some of this right here, you got a Lord. And when it's that lower self, it ain't just talking about your physical lower self. It's some things about us we need to get right. And I pray it gets Rastafari right. That's the whole purpose of this. I search it, you research it, and sit down and have an honest talk with yourself. Peace and blessings to all of God's children. I pray you have a good day and a good week. Peace.